Hello. This video is probably very much late compared to other people, but I'm different. I'm going to talk about my favorite books of 2020. There are 10 books in this list, not in any particular order because I cannot do that. I'm sorry. Some are part of a series, some are standalones. I don't think there's a single series that I like the whole series, but if I did that, I will tell you. And yeah, let's get into it because it's going to be a long video. So the first book I want to talk about is Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. This is the first year that I ever read from Margaret Rogerson, and I love this book with my entire being. I give all these books 5 stars, but this was amazing. I loved the characters, I loved the story, I love the ending, which is very important to me because I usually hate endings. But this is about a main character, I think her name is Elizabeth. Yes. And she lives in a library in a magical world where there are certain books that are alive. They're called grimoires, and they can have certain levels of like danger, I guess. I'm very bad at explaining books, but one day one of those grimoires is set loose and they blame Elizabeth, so she has to go to trial. My air conditioning stopped. Okay. She has to go to trial with a sorcerer and stuff happens. So yeah, I loved this. I loved Silas. If you've read this, you know who that is. I loved the romance, even though that's not my favorite part of the book. My favorite part was the fantasy element. The books, duh, I love books. The books, the main character, sorcerers, Silas. Maybe Silas is the reason I love this book so much. The next book, I'm gonna consider this a book because the series is complicated, but Scythe by Neil Shusterman. I loved this first book. It was amazing. One of my favorite books. The rest of the series, I liked the second one as well, not as much as this one, but the third one really disappointed me, especially the ending. But if you don't know what this is about, it is a world where nobody dies. Humankind has obliterated death, so they have appointed scythes to kill people. And in this story, we follow 2 main characters, Rowan and Citra, and they are competing to become the next scythe. I loved the ending of this book especially. It was like mic drop, goodbye, oh my god, what the heck just happened moment. And I love that. I loved the world. And I loved Scythe Faraday, which is their like mentor. I love this book. Just, there you have it. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. Next, we have Winter by Marissa Meyer. The rest of the series is my favorite series of all time. Almost one of them. Whatever, I don't like choosing. But I hadn't read this before, and I read it last year, but I love this. Amazing. All the post-its. This was beautiful. I anticipated this so much. I was hyping it up, and it was worth it. I love this world. I love retellings. They're one of my favorite things. So this is just perfect for me. I really like the ending. I just love everything about these books. I don't really have anything specific. I love everything in this whole thing. The romances, the characters, the plot, the world, everything. Yeah. Next, I have another series where I only liked the first book, which is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. My voice is dying. I love this. I wanted it to go somewhere else in the other three books, but it didn't, which disappointed me, but yeah. This is about a world where you either have red blood, aka commoner, or silver blood, royalty or nobility. And if you have silver blood, you have magical powers. But we follow our main character, Mare, which has red blood, but she has powers. And it's about her, and there's a competition element, which again is one of my favorite things. So the competition element, loved that. I loved the magic. I loved the romance is fine. It wasn't like the thing that made me love this, even though the love interest is like a good love interest. I don't remember exactly what else I liked, but I did really enjoy this. I just wish the rest of the series had been as good as this. Whatever. I guess I'm kind of like Books and Lala, where I like the first book in a series but hate the rest. Why is my voice dying? The next book is Warcross. I love the first book, hated the sequel, even though I gave it 3 stars, but nonetheless. This is about, kind of like Ready Player One. It is a world where you have VR competitions, and our main character is a hacker, and she hacks into the game, which is supposed to be like impossible. And instead of being like put in jail or killed or something, the owner of Warcross, he hires her to be a spy to find out somebody else hacking in the game. So this I loved. Again, I love the competition aspect in books. I love that. I always love that in books. I also liked I love video games in books, like Ready Player One, Slay, Warcross. I loved all of them. Not full 5 stars, some of them, but I love video games in books for some reason. I love a competition. I really liked the main character. I loved the love interest. I liked the side characters. I really liked everything, really. Next is a series that I did like the whole thing, which I'm counting for this. I mean, I haven't finished it, but it's Throne of Glass. I've read all of the books except for Kingdom of Ash, which I'm currently reading. Ha, great idea. Yeah, this first book I actually didn't give 5 stars. Neither did I give it to Assassin's Blade, which is book 0. But I'm putting the series as a whole into this list because I'm loving it. The first 2 books, I was getting into it, but the other like 6, all 5 stars. I love the characters. I love that the main character doesn't give a fuck. She knows she's beautiful. She knows she can do it. She has all these plots kept to herself and then she reveals them and it's amazing. I really like the love interests, plural, except for Dorian because he's dumb, but whatever. I love the side characters. I love everything. The last fantasy-esque book is The Prince and the Dressmaker. This is a graphic novel by Jen Wang. I love this. I usually don't give graphic novels such high ratings most of the time, but this was just too good. This is about a prince that likes to dress up as a woman. Maybe I can call it drag. Cross-dressing, drag, I don't know. But he can't do that because the king, the public would judge him. So he does it in secret and he hires this seamstress, which is the best in the kingdom, to make dresses for him. And they become friends, and then other things, and it's so cute. I just love it. And the ending is great. I love it. I just love it. I don't know how to say anything else. I don't have words. This is just really cute. If you like graphic novels and you like cute stuff, highly recommend reading this. It's super cute and really fast to read. The last 3 books are contemporary romance because I like more fantasy, but I do read romantic books. So, first, I have The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Ritali. This was so good. All of these were good, but I'm gonna keep saying it. This is about a character called Molly, and she's had loads of crushes where none of them liked her back. And it's about Molly's first experience with love, kissing, a relationship, and all that cute stuff, and I loved it. It was so cute. I loved the love interest. I forgot his name. Something with an R. Reed. I can remember some stuff. I really liked the sister even though there was conflict. I loved Molly the most. I really related with her situation and stuff and things she thought. I loved this book. Yeah. Next, I have Beach Read by Emily Henry. This is so good. This is about 2 characters that are authors and they're in a small town to focus on their books because they're both in like a writing slump. I think that's what it's called. And they are basically rivals since high school or university or something, but things happen and it's beautiful and it's amazing and I loved it. This is very adult. If you're like a child, don't read this maybe. But this was amazing. I love it. I especially love hate to love relationships, so this was a yes. That is pretty much all of the things in these books that, oh my god, there's a trend alert. Hate to love, hate to love, hate to love, hate to love, hate to love. Wow is all I'm gonna say, but this is really good. If you like hate to love, this is really probably up your alley and it's amazing. And the last book in my top 10 is The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. This is kind of similar to Beach Read. It's a hate to love relationship between two co-workers. They are assistants to two big CEOs, managers, I don't know the name. And they always have like tension, but then things happen and it's so good. I really want one of these guys, Josh is, yes, good, amazing. But those are all the books in my favorites list of last year. I don't know how I condensed it to 10, but 10, a mess, but you can kind of tell. If I had to choose my top 2, so I don't make my life too hard, probably Sorcery of Thorns. I'm not counting Winter. Winter just is fine. That counts for something else. But out of the actual new series slash authors, whatever, I think Sorcery of Thorns would be in my top 2, and maybe The Hating Game. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not gonna say conclusively that that's my top 2. But those are all my favorite books. I hope you liked them if you've read them, slash like them if you will read them, slash will read them because I like them, whatever. But that is everything for today, and I'll see you in my next word video. Bye!